Hey, I'm back. Ooh, child, it's kicking it with KK. How's everybody doing? I gotta ask that just to make sure everybody's okay. I hope everyone's well. And if you're just joining and new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that like button. Don't forget to tap that bell. Okay? Even share my video. Today I decided to do the video today because I felt like cooking, but I physically I couldn't do it. Okay. Okay, so let me bless the food and then we can get into that. Okay, let me bless the food. Blessed the Lord, these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ's sake. Amen. And okay, so I made just some noodles, some vermicelli noodles. I got a little bit of, let me show you, shrimp. I put some vegetables in it, green peppers and red peppers and yellow peppers, onions, garlic, fresh garlic, couple of shrimp, not too many, and some scallops. And I boiled the egg. I just felt like having an egg. So I just wanted to talk about childhood trauma. Okay, I didn't even get my spoon. The proper way to eat the spaghetti is to twirl it with the spoon. But I thought I was going to use my chopsticks. Maybe I will. I'm going to use my chopsticks. Oh. That's good. That's very good. Okay, so get a better angle here. I was saying that I wanted to cook, but I couldn't cook on screen today because I'm going to talk about something. I want to talk about childhood trauma. That was a scallop. Ooh, that was good. Most of the time, or should I say most of us, have had something very traumatic happen to them in their childhood. A lot of us. I had a childhood accident August 2nd, 1972. That changed my entire life physically. I didn't know emotionally it was going to change my life as I got to be an adult. I didn't see that coming. And that's just the thing. As children, we're very resilient, and we handle things, we get over things. However, it comes back. It comes back to you in your adulthood. I don't know. I don't know if it's officially PTSD, but something triggers it, and it comes back, and it starts to affect you in a little bit. And I say that because I wanted to stand up today and cook, even though this was an easy dish to make today. I used vermicelli noodles. I'll show you guys. I had some shrimp. I cut up peppers, scallions, fresh garlic, scotch bonnet, and I washed and seasoned up the shrimp. Seems simple enough, right? But see, on that day in August, I broke my left femur bone. Well, actually, I fractured it and dislocated it. So, many surgeries. 5 to be exact. I fractured it and I dislocated the bone. Water. I had this one doctor tell my parents she needs to have surgery. We have to fix the bone. Have to put 2 pins in it and put it back in the socket. Well, this is what he did. And I was in the hospital for a month. And when I got out the hospital, I had therapy and all that stuff. But it was a big issue. I was having a hard time getting my foot on the ground. Okay, I came home on crutches, but I had a hard time. Got my foot down on the ground and my foot looked, you know what slew foot means when it's out to the side? That's what it looked like. I'm a kid. I don't know these things. But anyway, we're going to fast forward a little bit. He ended up operating on me 3 times. And he didn't get it right. So the 4th time I had to go to Chief Orthopedics at another hospital where he broke and reset the bone so I can have more comfort and get my foot down on the ground. Now by this time I'm growing, but my leg's not growing. Okay? So that means one leg is longer than the other. So I go on with my life. Had to smile every day. Try to act like everybody else. Only thing I couldn't do was some physical activities I couldn't do. But it actually didn't bother me that much at the time. I was like, okay, because by the time I broke my hip, I had experienced most things kids experience growing up. Roller skated, ice skated, horseback ride, skiing, some of the things, playing around, races. I was even on the track team. So there was some things I had already experienced. So it really never dawned on me to say, well, now you can't participate in gym and school. You got to sit out. It's okay. Well, my little scallops. They're delicious. As you become an adult, and you still have this issue, because they didn't get it right the first time, I continue to have this issue. You don't see things like a child when you become an adult, because now you want to do different things. You want to be able to handle everything as an adult. Standing, simple stuff. Standing for long periods of time. Sitting for long periods of time. Walking. The things that you may take for granted. Just walking a few blocks. And I'm going to eat this egg. I've been wanting eggs for a minute, and I haven't made any. I'm going to tell you a foolproof way to make a nice hard-boiled egg. Put the eggs in the water. Bring the water to a full rapid boil, and then turn it off and put the cover on it for 20 minutes. Foolproof. The yolk won't be yellow. Foolproof. They made a nice shrimp. So I went most of my life with this disability and put it on the back burner. But being an adult now, it's harder for me. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I haven't been able to do because of the trauma that happened when I was a child. And as much as I want to ignore it, I can't ignore it because it affects me every day. So I can only imagine children that's had even worse, because I'm grateful. Trust me, I'm grateful that I can walk. And we're not even going to get that twisted. But I feel empathy. I want to talk to you and tell you, if you've had trauma as a child, it's okay as an adult to cry if you feel like you need to cry. It's okay to get some help, because this may seem minor to you. It was major to me. So don't let anybody tell you, oh, that wasn't nothing. You can get over it. Excuse me. There's so many young children that get abused physically, emotionally, sexually, and it's swept underneath the rug. And then as they become adults, you wonder why they have sudden outbursts. Some adults retrieve and they don't interact with anybody. They become a recluse. Some adults become attention seekers. There's a lot of things that end up happening in your adult life. And sometimes you think in your head and you say, well, what was that about? Why? And it has a lot to do with the trauma you've been through as a child. So, this is so good. So if you know anybody, or if you are that somebody, what I could suggest is to get some help. I cry a lot. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, so I'm no Felix Unger, but I'm very particular about the way I keep stuff. Okay, if you don't know who Felix Unger is, that's the neat guy from The Odd Couple. And sometimes, because of my injury, I can't pick up that vacuum today and vacuum up or sweep up. Can't sweep that either because of the alignment of the accident. My back is the disc displaced, so it's a whole situation. It's a whole situation going on. Okay, so anyway, and I feel bad. Sometimes I can't bend down, and sometimes something spills, and I want to get down there and wipe it up. I can't get it up, and it has affected me more as an adult than it ever did as a child. Because I lived my life as though it wasn't going to affect me. I was going to deal with this. I had children, like everybody, like most people. I have a boy and a girl. I told you that before. Even though they had to be delivered by cesarean section, I still was able to carry my children, give birth to my children and stuff. But as I look back, I say to myself, you should have gotten some help, some therapy emotionally. Because sometimes I have plans to do stuff and it doesn't happen. Like last night, I wanted to cook. I wanted to cook today. And the reason why I didn't cook on camera, and get back to that, is because when I can't stand any longer while I'm chopping, I have to sit. So that means I got to relocate. Or if I'm already sitting down and I'm chopping up stuff and, see, I got to stand up for a few minutes. Okay? So I didn't want that back and forth. I just didn't want that back and forth. But anyway, there comes a time where you have to accept things. But if you can't move on from certain things that happen to you, get the help. It's nothing wrong with getting some help. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm not going to beat myself up because I didn't get any help when I was younger. But I'm learning how to deal with certain situations when they arise. Because I know God got me. He brought me all of this way. And I know He has me. And I know my grandmother used to say, there's always two ways to skin a cat. So if you can't find one way to make it work or deal with certain situations, there's always another way. You got to stay as positive as possible. See, this is a reason why I knew it was affecting me in my adulthood, because most of the time I'm laughing, I'm having a good time. Someone says, let's go, we're going. Whether it was to the movies, to the play, dinner. And then all of a sudden, and not because of COVID, because this was before COVID. All of a sudden, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not up for that. No, I'm not up for that. I'm not going to do it. Maybe next time. I found myself just saying that a lot. And I had to check myself, check my behavior, because the one thing you don't want to do is go down into depression. Okay? That's a very, very hard place to get out of. So you don't want to get there. If you start to feel low, call somebody. I suggest you call the funniest person you know. That way, they're gonna make you laugh, and they're gonna make you feel like they're touching your soul, because they're gonna make you laugh, and laughter is therapeutic. Or call your most spiritual friend or family member, and let them pray with you. Prayer changes things. Try your best not to let it get you. If you know my family and friend, they're probably going to tell you they really didn't know I felt that way. Because it's only recently that I've opened up about feeling different, dealing with life different. Because I always went along. I was strong, and I'm still strong, and I'm going to stay strong. So I say to you, if you had this trauma, no matter what it may be, please don't shy away from getting some help. Don't shy away from talking to someone. Don't wait until it's too late. You have an outburst, or you do something regretful, your behavior. Don't do that. Because just because you have something going on emotionally or mentally doesn't mean you can't get help. If you hurt your finger, slammed it in the door, and it turned blue, what you gonna do? You're gonna go say, let me go to the doctor, let's make sure it's not broke. Just because it's going on inside your soul, inside your spirit, or inside your mind, does not mean that you cannot get help. Seek help, and there's nothing wrong with it. Well, I didn't clean my plate because one thing I don't like is cold food. And in about 2 more minutes, that food would have been cold. But it was very good. So I'm going to tell you what I did. I, of course, boiled the eggs. I chopped up 2 strips green pepper, 2 strips of red pepper, 2 strips of yellow pepper, and 2 strips of orange pepper. I chopped up 2 full scallions. I chopped up a piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. You can leave that out. But I'm going to tell you right now, it was not hot because I didn't use the whole pepper. I just used a piece of it, chopped it up. Chopped up about 3 cloves of fresh garlic. And I put some chili, half a teaspoon of chili paste. I put in the pan, I put butter, unsalted butter. And I melted it with a little bit of olive oil so it won't burn. And I added the vegetables in, sauteed the vegetables till they became see-through, translucent. I did that. Added a little bit of chicken stock. I put my noodles on, vermicelli. You can use whatever noodles you want. This was quite tasty. I actually seasoned the shrimp and the scallop and the peppers and onions, because I like to start from the bottom with a little house seasoning. You know what that means. All purpose, black pepper, garlic, onion. I have a blend that I make that I knew I was gonna remember. I said, I'm gonna remember this. And guess what? There's an ingredient that's missing that I can't put my finger on, but I'm gonna do it again. Sprinkle that on there. Let it simmer, through the shrimp and the scallop in there on the 5-minute mark of the timer when I was timing the noodles. When the noodles was ready, put them in the pot with everything else. Everybody went swimming in the pool. Put it in the pot with the vegetables, and it came out very good. It was quite tasty. So anyway, I'm calling it a day. Keep a smile on your face. Keep positive. Because like I said, getting down in the dumps, it's not a good thing. It's hard to get out of. Keep those thoughts positive. Say your prayers. If you're a praying person, say your prayers. That helps. Makes you feel good. If you have to cry, cry it out. Call a friend. Call a friend. Call a relative. Okay? And I want you to have the best day ever. And if you've had any trauma in your life and you've never sought help and it's starting to affect you, seriously, please get some help. We're all here for a purpose. God put us down here for a purpose, and you're going to find your purpose. And your purpose is not to be depressed. Okay? So I'm signing out. It's Kicking It with KK. I'm signing out. Everybody have a great day.